I really forgot what I was going to say, like I had something else lined up. Getting old sucks. I'll tell you what, getting old really sucks. I forget everything. Hey guys, welcome back to Bad Luck Garage. You might notice that I'm not actually at my garage today. I'm over at my Uncle Ray's house. The reason I'm at my Uncle Ray's house is because one, I wanted to show you his truck, and two, I want to show you the new project for the channel. You guys may have actually heard me talk about Ray's 78 truck in several of my other videos, and the reason for that is because Project Steppenwolf actually started life as a parts truck for Ray's 78. Hey Ray!
Hey, come on into my garage.
You guys might recognize Uncle Ray. He was actually in the video where we took Project Steppenwolf up to English Mountain Dragway for the no prep races. But this is Ray's garage. A far cry from my little garage. This is actually what I hope to have one day. So anyway, without further ado, this is Ray's 78. He bought this truck and the step side together, and I ended up with the step side. And well, when he first got this truck, it was in gray and black primer, I think. Yeah. And so anyway, as you can see, it is no longer in primer. It's a beautiful truck now, actually. So why don't you just tell everybody what all has been done to this truck since you got it?
New rear end, S10. Motor, transmission. Motor is from Mexico, from Reader Chevrolet.
Yeah, it's got a 350 crate engine in it, 300 horse.
New brakes, new fuel cell, new fuel lines.
Yeah, it's got the 700 R4 transmission.
Yeah.
Funny story about that, guys. We actually found the 700 R4. It was John's neighbor that had it. Ray got it for, what was it, 150 bucks or 100 bucks, something like that. And we got it over here. Me and John actually came over here, installed the transmission, and it ended up being no good. So we had to, yeah. So Ray had to pull it right back out, took it, had
the case was broke on the inside where the pump was, so the casing wasn't no good either. So I had to get a whole complete new casing and rebuild it and start from scratch. And it's got a 26,000 RPM stall converter in it. It's just a 290 horse stock truck motor, 4-bolt main.
It runs good though. It runs pretty good, guys. And you'll notice in the back here, earlier he said, he said it does have an S10 rear end. Well, the reason it's got the S10 rear end, this is this truck's more about show than go, guys. But it is tubbed out. That's the reason for the S10 rear end. It allowed them to put these huge tires in the back. They are deep. What's that?
18 inch.
Yeah, 18 inches wide.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the size on here. They're Mickey Thompson Sportsman SRs.
I think the tires are 18 high.
Yeah, here they are. They're 29 by 18 by 15. So that's a lot of meat back there. We've actually got a bed cover that he made for the truck. Nice vinyl, which is why this truck's not sitting outside. We come around to the inside. Notice the Knoxville C10 Mafia logo. I'm putting that on here just for John. And inside, we've got the red interior. Nice plush velour seat.
Put the steering wheel in there, took the tack out.
Yeah, he put the same steering wheel in there that we've got in Project Steppenwolf. Freaking copycat. I don't know if any of you guys have these billet grills, but opening the hood's kind of a chore. Ray's actually got a pull stick, a half a pull stick that he uses to open the hood, reaching from underneath. Now you can see the engine, just some small block Chevy goodness. Like he said earlier, this is a, I said 300, but this is the 290 horse crate 350 Chevy that you can get from GM for what, 1800 or something?
No, it's
2400.
Yeah. Then all the parts I had to get, like the harmonic balancer, flywheel, water pump was extra, and all the bolts for mounting all that stuff. I bought it from them too. I ended up paying about $3,000 for everything except for the header and the intake, the stripper, and all that.
Yeah, but it runs good now, guys. It's a very sharp truck. Ray likes to cruise it on the weekends all the time, so
It's sweet.
So you've seen Ray's 78. Like I said, Steppenwolf actually started as a parts truck for this truck. So as you can see, this truck turned out really nice. Steppenwolf not so much. But anyway, now for the main point of this video. So here's what's going on, guys. I know I've kind of left you hanging about what's coming up on the channel. The truth is, I've got something else that I'm wanting to do in the future, but I currently am not in a financial situation to start on it yet. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on selling off some stuff. You know, I'm selling the turbo kit for $1,500. I think that's the first time I've actually put the price in a video, but I am going to sell it for $1,500. I'm going to start taking it apart tomorrow morning. And there will be a separate video that I'm going to do just on the turbo kit, what all is going to come with it and everything. So, you know, before you ask questions about that, there's a video coming. It's going to state everything that comes with it. But until I get everything sold off, I can't really afford to start my own project. Ray has just purchased a car and he's got big plans for it. So let's go see it. And without further ado, there it is, guys. This is the new channel project. We've got a 73 Nova hatchback. Ray actually just bought this car about, what, a month ago?
Yeah.
Just bought this car a month ago. It's actually in pretty decent shape. It runs good right now. It's got a pretty much stock 307. I think it's got a little bit of a cam in it. Not sure what size cam is in it, but obviously that 307 is not staying in here. As you guys can see, someone has already done a number on the interior. I mean, they've reupholstered. I really love these seats. I really do love these seats. They've reupholstered the seats in, I guess it's like tweed, like a tweed and vinyl, or is that leather? But anyway, it's like a combination, the black and white. I'm really digging that. It's already got a mega shifter, looks like, in there. Probably going to be able to utilize that. We already got the big tack here, nice steering wheel. I mean, the car's in pretty good shape on the inside, guys. It's in pretty good shape on the outside too. Already got a cow induction, fiberglass cow induction hood. This is a really good start for a project car. Ray actually put these wheels on it. He's had these wheels for a while. It was funny because whenever I would come over here, I'd see these wheels. He polished them up and cleaned them up, but they were just sitting in the corner of the garage for a couple years now, and he's finally got something to put them on. And we take a look under the hood. See all that 307 goodness. Now it's a basically stock 307 right now. It does have a cam in it. We're just not sure what size the cam is. It's got, what is that, a Holley 600? Yeah, I believe it's a Holley 600 vacuum secondary carb. It actually runs pretty good, guys. It just needs the mixture screws set. But like I said, Ray's got some big plans for this that I'm going to go over here in just a minute. So here's the plan for this car, guys. As soon as I get the drivetrain pulled out of Project Steppenwolf, so I can get the truck moved over or possibly sold, we're going to bring this Nova over to the garage. And the first thing we got going on is I'm going to be doing a front disc brake conversion on the car. Because unlike me, Ray actually likes to do things the right way. So before we get a bunch of power under the hood, he's going to make sure everything's safe. So we're doing the front disc brake conversion. We're also installing some new springs up here. It's already got new bushings in the front suspension, control arm bushings. It's got new shocks, all that. So once we get all that done, I've got some things I'm doing, you know, as far as seal work. We're putting new door seals in, new hatch seals, new hood seal, which I think this is actually missing the cowl seal that goes back there. So those parts have already been ordered, guys. We're going to be doing all that. And then the part that I'm sure all of you guys are going to love, I've got to tear down the 6.0, which that's going to be happening soon. We're going to figure out what went wrong with the 6.0, and I'm actually going to be selling the 6.0 and the 4L80 to my Uncle Ray here, and it's going in this Nova. Can't really think of a better spot to put it in. I've actually been wanting to do a Nova build since I was probably 16. So I honestly, guys, I'm really excited about this. We're gonna put the 6.0 in here. I'm hoping to talk Ray into doing like a little drag strip comparison. What I'm actually wanting to do, but you know, this isn't my car, so it's up to Ray, but what I would like to do is I would like to take this thing, after we get the suspension and the brakes done, I would like to take it to the drag strip with the 307 in it, you know, just do a nice little tune-up on it, see what we can pull out of it at the drag strip with the old 307 in it, maybe even put a little squeeze to it with some nitrous, see how that goes. Then after we do the engine swap, we'll take it back and see what kind of improvements we made. I'm hoping that we can just rebuild that 6.0, or just maybe, you know, if it's just broken ring lands and the cylinder walls look good, we may just clean up the cylinder walls with a hone, put some new pistons in it, probably LS2 pistons to bump the compression up, since this isn't going to be a boosted build. And again, I'll be documenting all that for you guys. I will also be building a custom harness for this. We've not decided where we're going to put the PCM yet, but it may go in the car, it may go under the hood, not sure yet, but all of that's going to be on the channel, guys. So we are not going to be lacking any content for probably the next 6 months or so. So I am back home, guys. I'm excited. I had a 73 Oldsmobile Mega when I was 16 years old. John and I actually talked about that a little bit in the live feed that we did last month, but I wrecked that car. I love that car. Ever since then, I've wanted to do a Nova build. I've wanted to have a Nova. This is just really cool for me, because not only am I going to get to build a Nova, and I mean actually build it right, like there's probably not, I'm going to talk to John, because there might be a few things that we need to fabricate along the way, but for the most part, you know, we're going to try to do this with pre-made, you know, mounts, adapters. I don't know what all it entails, guys, because honestly, I've never even, like, I've not planned to do a Nova. I've always wanted to do one, but I've never LS swapped one. I'm gonna have to get in here, do some research, figure out what all I'm gonna do. I'm excited, guys. I know I'm probably talking in circles, but this is something I'm really looking forward to. I hope you guys are enjoying this too. I hope you, I hope I can get you excited with me, because this is going to be a really cool build for me. Cool part about this build is that I'm going to get to do this whole build myself, or I mean, not myself. I'm sure John's going to come down and help, you know, whenever he has time, and Ray will probably come over from time to time and help because it's his car. But for the most part, I'm going to get to do this build myself, and I'm not going to have to pay for it. Not only am I not going to have to pay for it, but I'm going to be selling a lot of the parts to Ray for the build, because it's a lot of stuff I've already got in the garage here, already got on hand. So that's going to help me build up some money for my next build. So for me, it's like a win-win situation, guys. I get to build a car that I've always wanted to build. I get to do a new LS swap. You guys get to follow along. You know, I get to do some stuff. You guys didn't get to see the LS swap on Steppenwolf, so you didn't get to see, you know, like the harness build, you know, the actual installation, because I really didn't start this channel until, you know, probably 6 months before I decided to do the turbo build. But I had already LS swapped the truck years before this channel started. So I think this is really cool content for the channel, because you guys are actually going to get to see me, you know, do the whole swap on a vehicle. Not only that, but it's going to be a swap on a vehicle I have not swapped before. So, you know, it's probably going to be a learning experience together. I know some of you guys that watch the channel actually have LS swap Novas. So, you know, maybe I can get some tips from you guys. I'm really excited about this, guys. This is going to be great. So what's even better too is I was actually talking to Ray. Guys, it is late. It is like 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I was actually hoping to have this video already edited and uploaded by now. But what happened is I ended up staying over at Ray's all day. I've been talking to him for like 4 or 5 hours, making plans about this. As far as, like, you know, what I was talking about, wanting to take the car to the drag strip beforehand, I think he's on board with that. The nitrous thing, I think he may be on board with that too. So that could make for some really fun content, because we're going to wait to take the car to the drag strip until probably right before I've kind of got everything in line to do the swap. And that way, when we do take it to the drag strip, he doesn't care if we window the block or not, guys. What I'm probably going to look into doing is just getting a cheap bottom of the line turbo, still thinking turbo, huh? I'm going to try to get like a bottom of the line, like maybe a NX mainline kit, something like that, that only costs like $300-400, and that we can just jet up, you know, to, I think a mainline kit goes up to 250 horsepower. And that's kind of what I'd like to do, is just see how much nitrous that little 307 can handle. Another aspect of this I'm looking at is, you know, my truck, Project Steppenwolf, before we ever threw the nitrous or anything on it, I mean, it was a pretty fun truck. So we're bumping up the compression on the 6.0, hopefully, as long as, you know, it's rebuildable, which I'm really hoping it is. But we're going to bump the compression up on it a little bit. We're going to run the same cam and everything, but it should be making a little bit more horsepower. And we're putting it in a car that weighs almost 1,000 pounds less. That should be fun, guys. Something I didn't say earlier, or honestly, I've been so excited. Like, I couldn't believe. I was kind of hoping Ray would want to do something like this with that Nova when he bought it. But, you know, when he came over here this morning and told me this, it blew my mind. You know, when he was like, hey, I want you to do all this to it, I was, yeah, this is great. This is really great. So anyway, some of the goals he has for this car, guys, I'm just going to throw it out here right now. He wants to make this a reliable daily driver. He doesn't want it to be super fast, but he would like it to run, you know, as we were discussing it off camera, he would like for it to be like maybe a low 12-second car. I'd like to make it a little faster than that. But the main thing for him is he wants it to be quick, but he wants it to be reliable. We are also going to be putting a vintage air heat and air system on the car, because he does want air conditioning. He really wants this to be his daily driver, guys. So that's what we're going to try to do. And because he wants it to be a daily driver, we're going to like do our best to not do any kind of janky shit with the car. I mean, that's why I was talking about I'm going to get online, see what kind of kits are made to LS swap the Nova. You know, when I was doing something like Steppenwolf, I didn't mind kind of, you know, doing some janky stuff. But this is something that he wants to last. I'm going to be looking mainly at prefabricated parts. You know, he doesn't mind paying for that stuff. I mean, it's not a sky's the limit budget, but the budget with this is going to be a little bit better than, you know, any budget that I've ever had personally. So anyway, I need to get this video edited. Like I said, it's past 1 o'clock in the morning. I hope you guys are excited about this project as I am. I hope you'll stick around to see it to completion. I'm gonna go in here, get this video edited, try to get a little bit of sleep so I can start tearing that turbo kit off in the morning. If you like this video, be sure and hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, asking you if you wanna see this build, be sure and subscribe. For those of you who have already subscribed to this channel, thank you very much. I'm really appreciative of you guys coming, watching all the videos. I hope this is something that you guys are gonna like. I know some of you have been around since the beginning. I know a lot of you actually came to the channel for the truck specifically. You know, I've moved on, guys. This is this is just what happens, okay? I mean, most of the time you can't keep the same project forever. It would be nice to, but you know, I'm trying to progress. I want to put more content on the channel for you guys to enjoy. So sometimes that means moving on, not doing the same thing over and over, guys. You know, I'm trying to have a good time. I want you guys to have a good time watching. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you next time on Bad Luck Garage.